Great night. I've got a big smile on my face, and I'm not exactly sure why it's there. That's not true. I love life. I always have a smile on my face. But the topic for tonight, don't give up, is totally because I need it. Come on in. We're going to have a good time tonight. Welcome. If you're new, glad to have you here. Hi, Susie Ann. Thanks for commenting. As you're coming in, if you guys would be so kind as to give a thumbs up and then say hi in the chat in some fashion. You can come in, just say hi. You can say where you're watching from, any of those things. All of those things really help get the video pushed out to more people. The algorithm sees it and they say, hey, people want to watch this. So it puts it out in front of more people. So I know there are lots of people out there that would really love to come to our weight loss peer support group meetings. I just know that. So anyway, thank you for that. So as you're coming in, always like to add this too, because I have a feeling it has something to do. Thanks. Has something to do with that lovely little algorithm. So I will put this out there that, well, for wondering, this channel offers live YouTube weight loss peer support group meetings every Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We offer accountability, support, and encouragement for wherever you are on your weight loss journey. Bring your own plan. It can be anything that is helping you to be healthy, well, and to lose weight. Spread the word so others can find us. Thanks so much, you guys. Yeah, we're going to have a good time tonight. Like I said, the subject tonight is don't give up. We'll be getting into that briefly. I always like to use the first part of the meeting, though, to talk about our successes and our challenges. I already kind of gave away that I've had some challenges. But where are you guys at? Don't forget, I've got some great graphics to cheer us on. What has been going on in your neck of the woods? Here, I always have things to talk about. Here, I just got back from vacation. If you've ever wondered how to navigate vacation, this one's for you. We're going to talk a lot about that here in a little bit. Our meetings too, if you're just stopping in and you're new, our meetings usually last only 30 to 40 minutes. I like to try to keep them short so that you guys can stop in, enjoy a full meeting, and then also get out and enjoy the rest of your evening. I don't like to take up all your time. And what else was I going to say? I don't know. I got a lot to get into. Hoping you guys you all need to be here at the beginning so you can come in and share your successes, because I don't have a whole lot of bravos to give, at least for myself. Hey, Karina, come on in. Welcome. Yeah, I just got back from vacation. It was a rough one. It was a rough couple days back, let's put it that way. And we are going to talk about giving up, keeping ourselves on the straight and narrow and not giving up, really. So that's where we're going. But right now we're talking about successes and challenges. If anybody had any challenges this week to eating healthy and, eating for wellness, eating to keep themselves healthy. Because I know I did. Get a lot of challenges. A lot of challenges. So yeah, I went to the beach. It was wonderful. My good friend and I, we went and we hung out on the beach, and it was 4 days of beautiful weather. It was hot. It's hot though. And I told myself last week, you guys know this because I mentioned it, that I was giving myself the grace to gain up to 2 pounds without being concerned about it. Like, okay, you can do this. Well, I will be completely transparent with you. I came home from that vacation. So I got home Sunday night and I weighed in Monday morning. All right, Suzanne, we'll talk about that in just a second. I weighed in Monday morning, and I am not kidding you. That scale said that I had gained 9 pounds. So here's the thing. I didn't panic because I figured I had lots of water weight from sodium from what I was eating. So I weighed myself again later, a few hours later, and like 3 pounds of that had vanished. So that was good. And then I just ate really, really well the whole day, which kind of threw. So Monday, which would have been yesterday, was my husband's and my 35th wedding anniversary. So I said, "Do you mind if we don't go out tonight? Because I need to shed a few more pounds." And I don't think that's going to help. So he's like, "Okay, so we're going to go out tomorrow." But anyway, I told myself that I would do today as my official weigh-in instead of usually do it actually on Sundays. So I did weigh in today, and I am happy to say that I am up 4.1 pounds. Not the 2 pounds that I wanted, but it is a far cry from the 9 pounds that I originally saw when I came home. So yeah, we're gonna talk a lot about that here tonight. So Suzanne says she had a scale loss, but she thinks it was misleading. She has to check back in tomorrow. Why, you think you didn't do as well as you thought you did? Sometimes the scale will catch up after, like, it does weird things. So what you did last week, like before, can catch up now. It's bizarre. So, but that's probably a good thing. The scale is feedback, so it's really good feedback always for us to just use it to our benefit and check in on it and see how things are going. But anyway, so that's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's great. That it wasn't 9 pounds, right? Um, thinks that she was dehydrated. Usually when I don't drink enough water, though, it shows up in the form of pounds, like extra pounds. It doesn't go the other way. For me, I don't know. But hopefully it will hold. So that will be pretty good. But yeah, so 9 pounds to 4 pounds. I'll take it. It's a little bit easier to get that 4 pounds off. I hope that my body has set itself pretty much here at this lower weight and that it'll be much easier for it to get back there by eating regularly within my plan. So anyone that's new, come on in, welcome. We are talking right now about successes and challenges that we've had over the past week. I had some doozies. I had a great time though. We'll talk about that too in a minute. But successes and challenges and how, I mean, how you can be going like this and then all of a sudden you go, wait, you go up. But the challenge here and the goal is to keep going and not give up. Because even though my little thing went up like this, I'm still down quite a bit, and I think it'll shoot back up. And again, if it weren't for this group, I don't think that I would probably continue would have in the past. I would have continued. So I'm very grateful for the group because it gives me a reason to stay motivated, to not get discouraged by that, and to realize that it's okay to have those little blips. It's okay because we got to live life. Sometimes we're going to go to parties. Sometimes we're going to have more than one day where we end up eating off plan. And we got to be kind to ourselves, and we got to give ourselves the ability to do that. So anyway, so that's what was going on with me. I don't know if anybody else has anything that they want to share, but so I went on vacation. I went to Myrtle Beach. It was my first time there. I really enjoyed it. But the part of whether you've been to Myrtle Beach or not, the part of Myrtle Beach that I was at was removed from where everything is, all the happening stuff is. So basically, we were stuck eating at the restaurants that were in our hotel or the hotels right near us. There weren't a lot of options. So since they have so many families there, I think that has to be the reason why. They had tons of chicken tenders, mozzarella sticks, fried food galore, all the kind of stuff that a kid might want to eat, right? I think probably the healthiest thing on the menu at my resort was a chicken wrap. It was the healthiest thing. One day, and oh, hey, Lenore, good to have you here. Oh, one day, got any successes or challenges, Lenore? That's what we're talking about right now. Oh, you got to start from scratch. You had to go all the way to zero and start over again. Oh no. Um, anyway, the menu just was awful, and we were there so much, and it was the same menu every day, and we went within the resort to the restaurant that was next door. They had the same menu. It was the same stuff. So, you don't want to eat the same thing every single day. So you mix it up a little bit. So we had fries were an option, onion rings were an option. Her kids are not helping because they're all on summer break. I get that. Um, so yeah. And I've told you guys this before, I don't like salads. As a general rule, I don't like salads. So, but one day I had fries, and I'm like, okay, I don't need any more fries. So I tried to order a side salad instead of fries, and that was a big fiasco. They ended up giving me two instead of the one salad I asked for. Anyway, it was rough. It was rough picking things to eat. Plus, I was darn determined I was going to have my fruity cocktails and enjoy that vacation as well. And in addition to costing an arm and a leg, that didn't bother me as much because I was on vacation. But the calories, we're going to talk about the calorie counts and some cocktails and things here. Lenore says she loves the salads, but she's got to cut out all sugars. Yeah, the sugar is an issue, and I think that a lot of my problem from this past weekend was sugar, but I think probably more than the sugar was the salt, because it's amazing how quick it all came off because of the salt. But anyway, oh, by the way, do you guys see the little numbers? I'm so excited about this. I can't tell you how excited I am. So Lenore's got a number 1 and a little crown. Congratulations, Lenore. This is so cool. So I have another channel. Most of you guys know that. I have another channel, and I've been wanting this feature on my other channel forever. And this little bitty channel gets it. I'm so excited. So the more you comment, so you get like a little ranking. So 1, 2, and 3 gets the crowns, and the numbers after, that's what that's for. So you guys keep talking, and it'll change your little numbers. I think it's one of the best things that YouTube has done in a long time. I absolutely love it. And you can click at the top. There's a thing that says top fans, and you can click up there, and it has like a little leaderboard that you can see everybody's names. But I go into a chat. I want a crown. Give me a crown. I deserve a crown. So yeah, have fun with that. It is fun. It's cute. Anyway, so we're going to talk a little bit about first of all, let's talk about let's go back to this subject for tonight. Then I'm going to talk about calorie counts for cocktails, and we're going to talk about I have a recipe for you guys tonight too, which I don't want to forget, which is really cool. But first of all, so food. So all of that stuff. It's not about ideas on how to pick different foods and whatever. The point of tonight's meeting is to just say, don't give up. I'm saying that to me as well as to you. Don't give up. Even when you have that bad week and the scale goes up and your little graph goes up, I don't give up. Oftentimes, as I told you, and you have to be careful because that scale, oh, thank you, Laura. That scale is, it's feedback. We have to stop thinking of it as the enemy and use it as feedback. And that's easy for me to say, but because I feel the same way though that you do. It's feedback. So when I stepped on it the day after I got back, and my friend, which actually the friend that I went on vacation with is Clara, which is sometimes in the chat, and for whatever reason she's not here tonight. But she told me she wasn't going to weigh until much later. I said, yeah, I'll give it a couple of days before I weigh in. And then I remembered not to hate the scale, that the scale is feedback. So I stepped on the scale and it told me I had gained 9 pounds. 9 pounds in 4 days. But at least I've done this long enough that I knew to give it a couple hours and check back. Because your weight can fluctuate so much during the day, as is evidenced by what happened to me. I did not have breakfast yesterday morning. And before I ate lunch, I stepped on the scale again and it had come down by 3 pounds. So, and then overall, like I said, today, my final weigh-in that I took as, this is it, this is the weigh-in. I was still up 4.1 pounds, but it was, it was not 9 pounds. Oh my gosh. So next week, it'll be interesting. I'll have to come back next week just to see where I'm at after all of that, because shoot, my first month I lost 10 plus pounds. There were 5 weeks in May. So if we go, but just by 4 weeks, I lost about 10 pounds. Second month, I didn't lose quite as much. I haven't figured that all out yet, how much, because actually this weigh-in that I did now would have been that would have been the last weigh-in for the month of June. I didn't gain that much, or I didn't lose that much. So we know that it takes a while. 4 pounds is so much easier to gain than it is to lose. So, but it'll be interesting to see how fast it comes off, is all I'm saying. It'll be very interesting to see. And yeah, so Suzanne says that she hates the scale and she's afraid of it. Yeah, I feel you. I totally do. And I have to remind myself from time to time, it's not, the scale is not subjective. It just tells you like it is. It's not judging you. It's just giving you data. It's giving you facts, and we need to use those facts to guide us. And like I said, it's major feedback. So we need to use that for our benefit, and we can make it work for us. But it is hard. But anyway, so I told you that I put up some calories for cocktails because I'm telling you, it is not a vacation for me if I am not sitting by a pool or, by the ocean or whatever with a fruity drink. My epitome of the best vacation is if I could be in a lounge chair, right, looking at the pool and a cocktail in my hand. That's like the best vacation ever. We did take a cocktail we did take one to the pool, but the tiki bar was a little removed from that. So usually when we ate there, we could see the ocean, but we were by the pool. Anyway, so this will help us, you and me alike, know where our best bets are when we are looking for those cocktails. Now, see, I want a fruity cocktail. I don't know about anybody else. I want a fruity cocktail. So a lot of the time I was getting something similar, either this or something similar to a Sex on the Beach cocktail, which is very fruity. It has like orange juice, pineapple juice. I think it has cranberry juice, that kind of stuff in it. I don't know what the alcohol is in it. And every bartender makes it differently. Anyway, so a standard one of those is between 200 to 250 calories. Okay, just to give you an idea. On Weight Watchers points, and for those of you that might be coming in watching replay or here that are on Weight Watchers currently, I'm not using the current Weight Watchers. I'm using a very old version of Weight Watchers. where roughly 50 calories equals 1 point. So that's 4 or 5 points per drink. Now, the way I do the Weight Watchers, I do the old core plan. So normally I don't have to count calories unless they're things that are not on my plan. Well, none of this was on my plan. And in that case, then I would have 23 points each day that I could use. So you figure 5 points for each drink. I probably had at least two, maybe three spread out throughout the day, possibly. So, right there, that's 15 of my 23 points just in drinks. I do have, with the Weight Watchers, I do have 45. Is it 45 or 30? I think it's 45. Or, I haven't done it long enough that 35. It's 35 points for the whole week in addition that we can draw from. But anyway, so sex on the beach, 250 calories. A frozen pina colada, and I don't like them, but one of the drinks that me and my friend had was very similar to a frozen pina colada. It had blue curacao in it and the colada mix and something else. I don't know. Anyway, frozen. 500 to 600 calories each one. It was so hot, and those frozen drinks were so 10 to 12 points each one. Two of those drinks, my points for the day are gone. Two, they're gone. Okay. A frozen strawberry margarita, which is my other favorite one. I love that all the time. And I did try one there, but they didn't make it well, so I never got another one. But frozen strawberry margarita, 300 to 400 calories. So we're talking 6 to 8 points on that one, each one. And then wine, 140 to 160 calories for a 6-ounce glass. And that's for white wine because that's what I checked it for. So, that's like 3 to 160, 50. Yeah, that's roughly 3 or 4 points, between 3 and 4 points a glass. So that's probably my best bet, but it's not the fruity drink I'm looking for. I want something special. So that right there is a big reason why the scale said 9 pounds when I got home. Couple that with chicken tenders, French fries. That was the big thing, was the fried foods and the French fries. And I was trying to avoid them, the French fries especially. But, only could avoid it so much. So I had a wonderful time, and we'll just have to go and see how long it takes to get that back off again. But regardless, I'm still going forward, and that's really what this is all about. This is me telling you that no matter what the glitch is, no matter how hard you skew back up after coming all the way down and never. So I've not had an up week this whole time that I've done this, not one. I have lost a low amount, which was, I think the lowest was like 0.3, but I've never had it go the other way until now. But I planned on that too. You guys remember I said I'm giving myself some grace to gain a couple of pounds. I just wasn't expecting to gain double what I said I was going to gain, but we'll get there. But stay the course, guys. Don't give up. Just stay the course. Eventually, if we keep doing this and we keep doing this and we keep doing this and we keep doing this, number one, it will become a habit, and the healthy lifestyle will be something that we don't have to really think about. It will be who we are. That's the goal, at least for me. That's the goal. I don't want to have to worry each day, oh no, I might go out to Culver's and get a sundae, or if I'm driving by. It just isn't even in my thought patterns. And I know that it can happen. I know that it does happen because I have been there before in my weight loss journey. I've been to that point. So that is the goal, is to get to that point where it's not even something that we have to think about. So if we just keep plugging away and we do it and we do it and we do it and we do it, we fall down, we get back up, we do it, we do it, we do it, we do it, it will become just who we are. So I did make sure that when I came home, because it's been raining like crazy here all the time. Yesterday, I knew it wasn't going to rain until the afternoon, so I had some morning hours. I went out and took a walk. I made sure that I got some exercise in, and I am kind of, staying on top of that. Like I said many meetings ago, I shoot for 3 half-hour walks a week, some sort of physical activity, anyways, for at least a half an hour, 3 times a week. So I'm still working at that. Anyway, what makes you guys want to quit? I feel like it's funny. I had in my mind how I was going to run this meeting tonight, and it didn't turn out that way. So have you guys, I mean, in the last, well, let's say the last year, has there been a time when you have felt like you wanted to throw in the towel, that is, and give up and not try anymore? Has that crossed your mind? Sure, I'm sure I am not the only one that has happened to. And really, and again, that's the reason for this group, because I have felt like that a lot the last several times that I've tried to lose weight. So that's why we're here, to lift you up, help you out, tell you keep on going, don't give up. Don't you do it. Don't you give up. Keep on going. Anyway, so I wanted to share with you. Hold on, I'm going to change positions here. Suzanne says no, she hasn't. So that's good. I have to tell you that our friend Karen, who's usually in the chat, she sent me a message earlier and said she wasn't going to make it tonight. She's getting ready for a big art show. She's an artist like me, and she's doing a big art show here in Ohio, Northeast Ohio, at Boston Mills Ski Resort. They're having a big outdoor art show. I thought I'd share that. Anyway, the recipe that I am going to share with you is, it says low carb and keto Greek chicken bowls. Now, I will tell you that I did not do it the whole way that they said. And when we're done with the meeting, I'm going to put it in the actual written description, instructions, recipe. In bad food doesn't sit well. And how do you mean, Suzanne? Bad food doesn't sit well. I know, and I agree with you, but elaborate on how you mean that. So, but I will say that the marinade for the chicken on this recipe is the bomb. And I will use it over and over and over again. Oh, Suzanne's like that her body knows it's bad and it reacts accordingly. Well, see, that's the thing. That's part of my big reason for doing this, is that I know that my body reacts to food. I know that it does. I have issues with my joints hurting, and I know that if I'm eating properly, they don't hurt so much. So that's very important. Yes, you feel yucky, your body knows it's bad. My body, my body was happy though on vacation, I will say that. But it knew I was giving it different food, that's for sure. Anyway, so here is your recipe, guys, for these Greek chicken bowls. This was so good. So good. And check for the recipe in the description if you're interested. So what you need is a pound of chicken breasts, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and I just used like basically half of a lemon, so I use 2/4. 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar and 1 tablespoon of Greek seasoning. Now they gave a recipe to make Greek seasoning. I just bought it. I couldn't find it in the store, so I just found it on Amazon. And a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. This recipe also came with a recipe for tzatziki sauce. I didn't use the recipe. I just bought it at the store. Also, they used a red wine vinegar dressing, and I did do the red wine vinegar dressing the first day, but I didn't have everything that I needed for it. So the next time I made it, I used balsamic vinaigrette. And then you are going to use this. You're going to need it says one large Persian cucumber diced. I used 3 of the little baby cucumbers, 1 cup of cherry tomatoes halved, 1/2 cup of red onion thinly sliced. They say 1/3 cup of Kalamata olives pitted. I left that out. I don't really care for them. And then 4 ounces of feta cheese crumbled. And your instructions are to make the chicken, combine the chicken, the oil, the lemon juice, vinegar, Greek seasoning, and salt in a sealable container. And then after you mix that all up, you put your chicken in it and you marinate it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes or up to overnight. The longer you marinate it, the better your chicken is going to taste. And I like to puncture my chicken like with a fork so that it has more areas for that to get into. Then it says to make the tzatziki, and then we're going to move on to preparing the chicken. Heat a cast iron skillet. I didn't use a cast iron skillet. Over medium-high heat. Add the chicken and marinade to the skillet. Cook for 3 to 4 minutes per side or until it is brown and your internal temperature is correct. And then you assemble the bowls. I mean, it's this easy. You assemble the bowls. You take your chicken, you cut it into strips. So I cook the whole chicken before I cut it. I don't cut it up into little pieces first. You could do that. I cook the whole chicken and then I cut it up afterwards. And then I divide it into the bowls with how I do it is I put all the salad stuff on the bottom. So I put the cucumbers, the onions, the tomatoes, the feta cheese, and what else am I missing? I think that's it. And then I put the chicken on. Well, I drizzle it with the balsamic vinaigrette, and then I put the chicken on top. And then you put this tzatziki on top. Oh, so good, so good. Anyway, so like I said, after the meeting, I will put that in the description. You can check there. I do like to bring recipes to the meetings. If you guys have a recipe that you go to that's healthy, low calorie, that you would like to share with us, please, by all means, bring those to the meeting. We can share them in the chat, and then I can also grab them and then put them in the description after the meeting. So that is also open to you guys to do. But yeah, a little bit shorter of a meeting this week than normal. A little bit shorter of a meeting. That's all I have for you today. I think we're missing several of our regular people tonight, but thank you all for those of you who did come, and look forward to next week so we can see. You guys can bet on where I'm going to go on my little chart. And I would love to hear more about how you do next week. So hopefully you guys will come right at the beginning, and then I can hear from you before I jump in, because that's part of what this is all about, is to celebrate you and to talk about what's going on with your journeys as well. Because we can all help each other with our successes and our failures. The successes boost people up, makes them feel good. Helping each other with our failures and our challenges also helps, because it gives other people who are in the same situation tools to use, and gives them a path to move on in that direction. So I hope that you will bring all that information, and that we will see you next Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Oh, hey, before you go, this Saturday, there's going to be another Well for Wandering long form video out. So look for that this Saturday. The sooner you guys are able to watch that after I put it out, the better it is for the channel. So I do appreciate that. And it will be about 45 minutes long. So if you're not able to watch all of it, watch as much as you can. Come back and watch the rest of it another time. It does help a lot. So, and share with your friends. If you come across anybody that is looking, maybe you knew from Weight Watchers back in the day, or that they're always talking about losing weight, send them here. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful night, and I will see you next week. Bye.